come in and just say, well, this must be what the problem is, or this is what you guys need. We want to hear from people. And everything that we're presenting today isn't our opinion. This is the feedback we've been getting. And I'll go over it a little bit. That being said, one of the reasons we want to hold this meeting is because while we're getting that feedback from people on the street, sometimes there is bias that comes in from doing surveys. People don't want to necessarily share things or fully share things with people as they're talking to them. So one of the things we want to do is validate some of our feelings and our understanding of this with what your all's experience is. The other thing to remember is this is the top 3 things that we found. We're not saying these are all the problems. For a little example, we had a couple people comment on things like some people wanted more speed bumps, some people wanted better road work, things along that line. Those were good options, those were good things. That doesn't mean those aren't problems, but they didn't come up enough to where that left into the top 3.
Have safety.
Gotcha. So I'll actually move forward on that, because that is a great point, and it's something that's came up when we previously talked to some people here. So the reason we don't have safety up here is, in a way, we view safety as more of a consequence than it is a underlying issue. Because the thought process is, if we can deal with these other challenges, safety gets born from that. Because if people aren't having the challenges as it relates to, say, homelessness or continually loitering, if they have the proper support they need for their mental health or for substance use, then the health of the community increases, and a lot of those safety problems that people are running into in the neighborhood start decreasing because the environment improves.
That is like the buzzword of the last 50 years, is safety, you know? And that's the reason why these subsequent problems are still manifesting themselves in our community, because we haven't done a good job. We've took safety, you know, we've been so focused on public safety, and if you really look at safety from a numbers standpoint, DC is one of the safest cities in the country. If you look at the numbers, I mean, you can look at you can go back when we had 200 murders a year, right? I mean, like, even in the indigenous days, anywhere there's human beings, there's going to be safety issues. We already know that from us sharing the same community, the same utilities, the same spaces, there's going to always be a safety issue. But we're forgetting about, like, the common needs of individuals. Like, when you ignore someone and you just, when you walk right by someone and don't speak to them, that creates an unsafe environment. Like when you allow, when you don't acknowledge, the things that we're speaking about, when you don't acknowledge those things, that's the reason why we want to go back to a mustard seed approach, because we got to go back to, like, when the community was in control and we was getting things done and we was looking out for each other. So that's the community I grew up in.